name is Sean Gilbert. I'm from Yakima, Washington. I am the general manager at Gilbert Orchards. Well, I grew up on a small farm owned by the Presbyterian Church in Wapato, and we had apples and apricots and farm animals, and growing up there I learned to love the farm life. When I first started in the business and to where we are now, in 2004 our family was still coming off of the fallout from the Asian crisis of 1998 and the overplantings of red delicious apples in Washington State was we were very much a part of it. Fortunately, my dad and uncle and grandpa, we've always had an eye on new varieties and new ways of doing things. But when I first got back, there was no guarantee that would work. And so when I started, I thought we needed to diversify and we needed to get into more things and not be as reliant on the price of apples. Well, fast forward 10 years, and we found that the right varieties of apples can be very economically feasible still. I think the toughest years for me personally were the back-to-back years of 2008 and 2009, and we went from having a really big crop in 2008 that had more quality issues, to having a small crop in 2009 that was very good quality, but we didn't have the volume of the prior year, and we had to adapt very quickly to those different circumstances, and both situations caught us off guard. It sometimes when you're in the middle of it, it's hard to see that those challenges are actually going to help you out down the road. But I know we're a better warehouse today because of those very tough years 5-6 years ago. I think that club varieties are going to be here to stay. I think the name might change from club to branded. I think the more important than who's in the club is how the consumer perceives it, in my opinion. And I think consumers are indicating that they value brands of certain apples more so than they say the commodity apples of a red or a golden or maybe a granny. And I think the lesson for anybody that's looking at planting those varieties or those clubs or those brands is you have to pick the right one. And there's some that have come and gone by now, and some that will probably be here for another 50 years. So hopefully we choose the right ones when we join them. So probably 3 years ago, I would have said that it's important to have diversification, just because you need to not have all your eggs in one basket. When we have to lay off workers because we're all done with thinning or all done with training or all done with pruning, we lose that labor source for a while. And what we found with apricots and cherries and peaches and nectarines is we're able to keep crews busy most of the year. That way we have people that come back every year to work for us and stay with us. I would be so excited to be looking at the fruit business. I think not only is the commodity is fresh produce an incredibly exciting field to get into, but I think it's going to be changing so much in the next 20 years that now is going to be a great time to get exposed to it and to be able to take advantage of some of the opportunities that are going to come from orchard renovations, a lot of retiring growers that are going to come from the new ways of branding product. I would want to get my feet wet in as broad of operation as I could. I think there's so many, whether it's a cherry orchard system or a high density V trellis apple system, or now we're trying new ways of planting apricots. I think it's changing so much that I think it's a huge opportunity for someone young with a fresh perspective to take advantage of.